Stephanie of Stephanie Stitches. Welcome to my channel where together we sew. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back, and if you're brand new, I'm happy to have you here. Today is the final put together of the Secret Garden quilt, and I was going to sew this with all of you guys, but unfortunately I made the video and somehow it got deleted. I'm so sorry. Yikes. Technology. I'm not super great with technology. Sometimes I make mistakes, and I'm so sorry. But I am going to show you, obviously I've got my finished quilt here behind me, the quilt top, and I will point out a few things that you're going to need to do. You can also get the PDF and download it from the description box below from my website, and that will help you finish the quilt top. So I'm just going to point out, I'm going to step back a little bit so you can see the quilt. It's all done. And this layout is what's on the PDF pattern. You can obviously lay these out any way you like, whatever's pleasing to your eye, but this is what worked best for me. So to finish up, we finished all the blocks last time we were together. So to finish off the quilt, you need to add a sashing strip to the left of the first block, between the first and second block, between the second and third block, and at the end of each row. So you're going to put a sashing strip at the beginning and the end of each row, and then between each block. So that takes care of those. And then this sashing strip in between, you're going to want to sew these cornerstones right here. In between, there's going to be 4 per row, in between 3 sashing strips. Okay, so put your sashing strips on first in between your blocks, put your rows together, and then add your sashing strips. So you're going to put a sashing strip and then your first row, and then a sashing strip and your second row, and so on and so forth until you get all the way to the bottom. And we have 4 rows of 3, and your quilt should come out to about 68 by 88, so it's a pretty decent sized quilt. I'd forgotten how big it was until I made it, until I finished it. After you get all your rows together and you've got all your sashing strips put on, then you're going to want to put your borders. So I started with the left and right border first, and then I did the top border. And you're going to have to piece these because obviously they're quite large. They're wider than a width of fabric. So I used 2 strips for each side and sewed the left and right first, since those are the longer pieces to begin with, and then sewed the top and the bottom. And I always recommend, when you're sewing your borders on, to back stitch at your borders, because as a long arm quilter, that's where I see quilts come apart the most, is in the borders. So this is a pretty good sized quilt, so probably some of you are going to have this long armed. So I would say that's my suggestion, is to back stitch at those borders so your quilt doesn't come apart. But I hope you guys like it. I'm so sorry we didn't get to sew this up together. I hope this is an okay substitute. I feel really bad that my file got deleted, and I was really looking forward to sewing this with you. But I know a lot of you have been posting pictures on social media, and I really appreciate it, and tagging me, Stephanie Stitches. I hope when you finish yours, you will tag me as well. I have not gotten a chance, obviously, to long arm this yet. So I'll come back another time and show you guys. But I did want to just show you the top done, since unfortunately my block sewing is not going to be available to show you guys. So once again, make sure you put the sashing between all the blocks and on the left and right of each row, however you decide to put your rows together. If you don't like my layout, you can do whatever you like. But I'm pretty pleased with this, because typically a sampler quilt is not my bag of tricks. I love symmetry, and this is definitely not symmetrical, but I'm super happy with my garden, and I know this is something that my grandmother would love, and this is dedicated to her because she loved flowers, especially violets. So I am happy to have it done. So there it is, and thank you all so much for sewing along with me. So I have a little announcement today. I'm also, actually I put it on my website yesterday, so some of you may have seen it already, But I'm going to start another sew along on April 24th, and that quilt is also going to be a mystery. You're not going to know what it is ahead of time, but it's a smaller quilt. It's 58 by 58, and it's going to be called Pride, as in American Pride. It's a red, white, and blue quilt, and it will get you ready for all the summer patriotic holidays. So I'm really excited about that. I do have kits in my shop available now. They will be shipping within a week or two. And let me show you guys the fabrics really quick. Here's all the pretty fabrics that are going to be in this next quilt. And of course, you can always bring your own fabrics like a lot of you did this time. The patterns will still be free. The next sew along will only be about 3 weeks because it's a smaller quilt. So I'm kind of excited about that we're going to get a quilt done quicker. And it'll allow us to get it done and have it ready in time, like I said, for all the summer holidays, even if you're getting it quilted. So that will be April 24th through May 8th. I hope y'all come back and sew with me. Take care, and thank you so much. This has been so much fun. The response has been great, and it just makes my heart happy. So I hope you have a wonderful week. Have fun finishing your quilt, and I hope you post pictures so I can see. Thank you. Bye.